Hello crafty friends! Today's video is where I make a card using the parameters from this week's Craft Roulette. Alright, let's get started. So I printed this little bee from my clip art collection that I have digitally, and I got that from craftnook.com. I got it's a bunch of bees. They're cute, but this one I thought was particularly cute because he's got a cape and his wings, so he's sort of like a super bee for a teacher card. So then I printed this out. I just worked up this real quick on my computer and printed it out. I have an idea for what I'm going to do with this word being. I printed out two just in case I messed it up, because what I want to do is color this in with my gold pen, and then I'm going to fussy cut him out and put him here, and then for the frame I'm going to trim this down, and I'm going to attempt, which I haven't done, and do a gold frame with my nesting dies, which I have not done, so hopefully that'll work out. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is find my gold pen. Okay, got my gold pen here, and I have scrap paper because it's a gold that I have to sometimes sort of pump up and down to get flowing, and I don't want to do that on my card. So I'm just going to color this in and try to stay in the lines, and I'm going to speed this up for the video, otherwise the video would be boring watching me try to color this in. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Let's see how I do. Alright, I think I stayed in the lines for the most part. I'm going to leave this out in case I want to add something to the background. And the next step while this is dry is I'm going to fussy cut him out. And I will be right back. Now that I have cut out my bee, the next thing is for the nesting dies to cut out a frame, which I have not tried to do yet. So let's see. Now I know I need some washi tape. So I want that one there. Obviously, easy. Put that one there. And then the tricky part is to put this one right in the center of that one so that it's even. And I need to tape it. Funny enough, I'm using bee washi tape, which I did not do on purpose. Just on my desk. Maybe I should add some to the card. That looks to be about even. Alright, let me take this over to my die cutter. Hey, just a quick break here to ask you to please like and subscribe my video so you can see more. Thank you. Alright, let's see what I have. Okay, there's my frame. And I have some scraps. put to the side. Now the next thing I want to see. So that frames that. There's my bee. So now I have to just jazz it up. It definitely needs some more red. So I think I'm going to trim this down and then put it on some red cardstock. All right, let's do that. All right, I have this red paper cardstock that I'm going to cut. Let's do the full back. So we're gonna do 5.5 by 4.25. Okay. That to the side. And I'm gonna put this here. And then the frame here. Okay. Let's glue that down. First, I'm going to do a tape runner for this. And I'll just eyeball it. Oop. Eyeball it. There we go. And then tacky glue. I need to start storing these upside down so that the glue comes out. My new glue tool. I have my fan on. Hope it doesn't dry too fast. Okay, and now I might put it off camera a little bit, but I just want to put it in a spot on the mat that doesn't have glue. Give it a little moving. Get it in place. Awesome. Cool. Then I like to turn it over and give it a burnish, whatever the word is. Burnish. Words are hard. Okay, now I'm going to try something. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but these scraps from cutting the frame out, I'm going to run this plate through and make some little dots and see how they look on it, just to give it a little more gold. And give it a try. Alright, let's knock these off the mat. I need a new mat, cutting mat. This has worked really well. No more of that terrible cracking plastic noise. Okay, let's see if we like the way this looks. No harm if we don't, right? Different sizes. I'm going to continue placing them, see what I like, and I'll be right back. is super cute. And my little bee, I am going to pop up on foam. All right, let's see what we got here. I think I'm gonna have to cut some. So a tip, I have got these from the dollar store. And the red, I purposely bought red handle, which signals to me that I use it for adhesive, so that I don't gunk up my good scissors. Put that on there, and then I'm gonna cut this one. And I need to put some on his feet. And then, oops, put a piece down here, and then on his antenna, which I'm going to cut. Okay, and then put one here and one here, and then he should be good. Learn that the hard way by ruining other scissors. I don't. Now I just use my red handle scissors, and I know that those are my sticky scissors. And they were $1. Well, I guess $1. They're going to be $1.50 now, right? The Dollar Tree is going up $1.50. Still, it's not terrible for a pair of scissors that I replace, I don't know, maybe once a year, maybe in 6 months, depending on how much sticky they get. Remove all the backings. My craft pick. Oh. Okay, moment of truth. Let's put our little bee down. I kind of want his antenna. How did I want him? Right there. There he is. Yay. Cute. So they were card for teacher. Check. Classroom colors. Yellow, red, and black. Even some blue for the sky. We look out the window. Got it. Check. And then it was a frame. Check. And then bees are on a farm. So I say think of the country. when they want to have a lot of farms do their own honey. So that is done and dusted. I think that came out cute. And maybe I will give it to my son's teacher this year.
Thanks so much for watching. Have a crafty day.